Yo, what up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Let me finish getting set up real quick. Y'all come in and smash the like button. The truth is back. The truth is back. Yeah, the hat fire. Coming soon. What's up with y'all? Oh, I got my dog Kamal Oz, so you know it's going to be a proper burial for Canelo. Isaiah was the first person in the building. Shout out to my dog Isaiah. Eric H., my boy Sura, representing Chicago. Yeah, I know. Who else? WCP B. Clint Eastwood. The girl Cassandra up in here, channel member. Thank you. Diacona. Yeah, we all up in here. Rudy. He said he just in time for dinner. Yeah, we about to cook Canelo again. Y'all thought it was over. Bro, the Canelo Chupapi with Yayos are finna be angry because it just don't stop. Yeah, we got the workflow on Schmitted Ash. I got the workflow on Schmitted Ash. These young boys can't beat me. They can't outwork me. Let's go.
Let's go.
So, I want to talk more about this Canelo fight. The capery that was Canelo versus Golovkin 3. An abysmal fight. I did not enjoy it. I knew it was going to be the case, but for the sake of the fans, I watched it and I was disappointed. But unlike some, I wasn't disappointed like some of you guys because I knew it was going to be trash. And I told you it was going to be trash, so at least I had that going for me, where I was like, man, I'm just going to watch it just for the sake of the channel so I can, because my thing is this. I've been doing this for so long. I know I make it look pretty. I'll make the game look easy, but at the end of the day, I don't talk about that in which I don't know. So, for example, if I never watched a fight, then I'm not going to pretend I watched it and start giving fake, because there's people on YouTube that do that. They don't even watch the fight and they get like an overflow or overview of what happened on YouTube or Instagram, or somebody texts them or whatever, and then they'll give like a fight review and they didn't even watch the fight, where I'm not using specifics. I may, just because the fight just ended, I may not know every single round memorized, but I'll be like around round 6 or around the halfway mark, this, that, and the third happened. I don't just say like a generic thing you can read from, you know, just gathering who won. So I did watch the Canelo Golovkin fight for the reason of being able to, you know, quantify my assessment and see if it was bad. And so I can actually give it a review, because again, that's not my lane to pick apart something that I haven't watched. That's BS, to be honest. Oh, San Antonio, Texas in the building. Let's get it. Now, That reminds me, Boxingego, we're doing the roll call. City, state, zip. Let me know where you guys are from, and then I'll get to the proceedings this evening. Y'all got to get the likes up. Y'all get the likes up, but let me know where you're from, and then we'll get to the content with the whole Canelo Caparee, Canelo Golovkin 3, and why I'm saying the end of an era, which is what I was saying before the fight even took place. Ego Stradamus strikes again. Coatesville, PA, what's up? 19320. Lovington, New Mexico. Shout out to New Mexico. I was born in New Mexico, in case nobody knew that. Shout out to ATL in the A. Pasadena, California. My man said Benavidez would smash Canelo. Abel Sanchez just did an interview. He said Benavidez can win. I told you the walls are closing in for Canelo Alvarez, but let's keep going with the roll call, and I'm going to break them down. Baltimore, Maryland. Shout out to Baltimore, 21136. Oxon Hill, Maryland, DMV, DC, stand up. Manchester, UK, the home of boxing. Philly in the building. Shout out to my people in Philly. Jalisco, Mexico. Shout out to Mexico. Shout out to Jalisco. A couple more, and then we get started. Please hit the like button. Also, if this is your first time hearing my voice, we are about 1,000 subs away from a new milestone, 300K. So help the channel achieve that goal. We will be there shortly. Best believe it. I know the haters want to be mad. The haters could hate, but they can't stop greatness. You can't stop what I'm doing. Only the man upstairs can stop what I'm doing. 918 Tulsa, Oklahoma. Chicago, Garfield Park Boxing. Shout out to the Chi-Town. Anybody else? Any other city, state that's not represented? Because I'm about to get started. Okay, we got Seattle in the building. The rainy state of Washington. Sleepless in Seattle. Winston, what's up? I see you. 773, we got Chicago all in here. Ontario, Canada, that's what I'm talking. I need to come out to Canada. I ain't got no felonies, no nothing. Let me through. Let me cross the border. Listen, let me cross. Let Boxingego over to Canada. I'm trying to come over there. 757. Ibrahim from Nigeria. I told you we everywhere. Shout out to Nigeria. Ohio, Arizona, Phoenix up in this. Philly. We got some more Philly in here. 215, I see you. Trinidad and Tobago. Oh, I'm trying to go out there too. Stop playing. Come up, bro. I got you. Stay at my crib. Man, I definitely need to come out to Canada. So, Canelo Alvarez, the end of an era. I predicted this before the fight. After watching the fight, I feel reaffirmed in that assessment. Yeah, California representing. I feel even more so. It is over for the Canelo me era face of boxing because Canelo, the walls are closing in. He only has one choice. His only choice is to do what I say and what the fans of boxing are saying, or it's over. The walls are closing in like Indiana Jones. And that's just the reality of it. So the reason why in a win, in a victory, this looks so bad for Canelo is because Canelo attempted to play God. That's what I call it. Play God in the sport of boxing. You hand pick, hand select. So you just lost. You took an L. You took an L to Dmitry Bivol, a talented fighter out of Russia who remained unbeaten, right? And instead of avenging that loss, it was a bad loss too. It was a bad loss. Instead of avenging that, you ran. You ran from Bivol. You didn't want no sequel. So you talked all this stuff about Golovkin out of nowhere, try to drudge up like there is this beef and like you've been trying to get this off your chest. And Canelo, and English-speaking Canelo, had all these quotes leading up to the Triple G3 fight that at this point, nobody was really asking for. Nobody was really, people wanted to see the third fight. Don't get that twisted. But that was closer to the second fight transpiring. You can't do what Canelo is doing and expect long-term success because you can't. It's like, just think of a food craving. If you woke up this morning and you said, dang, I want some pizza. either you get the pizza or you don't. Either way, that craving could subside. It's not like for the rest of the year, every single day, you'll necessarily wake up craving pizza because today on September, whatever it is, September 20th, you woke up wanting pizza. That's not how it works. So there's an old saying that says strike while the iron's hot. That's why if you have a craving for pizza and you really want pizza, you try to get your fix in. Like, you try to get pizza immediately because I've had that. That's happened. Like, I'm sure everybody's been through that with their appetite where you're craving something. And if you don't get that craving, then eventually, you might not, you want Mexican food next time. You don't want something like pizza. Your stomach hurts. So you don't want nothing that's potentially greasy, right? This has happened in relationships as well. You ever want somebody, you want to date somebody, and it doesn't work for whatever reason? That doesn't mean years down the road when that girl comes back and she's like, oh, hey, ego, I want to date you now. That don't mean I want to date you. I want to date you in high school. Years have passed. I'm not trying to date you now. I'm in a different space in my life. You trying to date me when I'm up. I'm a YouTuber. It's different. You see what I'm saying? Same thing with Canelo Triple G. People wanted to see the third fight, but they didn't want to wait 4 years for it, and they had forgotten about it, and Triple G had regressed. So despite all of that, Canelo still chose, instead of rematching, because you have to understand in boxing, if you don't strike while the iron's hot, new rivalries and new storylines actually come up. Like the old storyline could have been the rivalry between Canelo and Triple G, because let's say Jermall Charlo hadn't fought Derevyanchenko and he hadn't fought this person and he wasn't the WBC champion. So back then, yeah, the fans wanted Canelo versus Triple G3 because maybe David Benavidez wasn't on the scene. Maybe because David Morrell Jr. hadn't turned pro. Maybe because we hadn't seen what we later seen from other fighters like Charlo or whoever. Maybe because Beterbiev didn't have as many belts. Whatever the case may be, right? So Canelo wants to play a game because he's spoiled, and you treat him like a spoiled little child, right? And he wants to play these games on his own terms and give you the fight when you want. See, and people always bring up Mayweather-Pacquiao, but that's not a good analogy to expired fights, because Pacquiao had the opportunity to fight Floyd when it was in prime or whatever people are saying, but he didn't want to take a damn drug test. That is Manny Pacquiao and his team's fault. You should have bowed down, because now testing seems to be universally accepted. Floyd introduced something, and albeit it wasn't necessarily popular then, now it's the gold standard. If a fighter misses a VADA appointment, or it gets reported that they didn't sign up for the clean boxing program, people look at him crazy. So Manny Pacquiao, he should have took the test. He didn't want to for whatever reason. So the Pacquiao fight, that's not a good example, because Pacquiao, he had the chance to fight. He's like, I'm afraid of needles. That's if you're afraid of needles, but you got tattoos. Incorrect. That don't even make sense. You're afraid of needles, but you got tattoos and ink on your body. That tattooist had to use a needle to administer on your body. Y'all just fall for anything. Let me sip some of my tea, because I know I'm cooking y'all. So back to Canelo Triple G. This was a rivalry for sure, but that rivalry grew stale. I mean, if you don't drink milk by a certain date, it's going to curdle and it's going to stink and it smells like spoiled milk. And then if you try to chance it, it said the milk expired in July, and you try to put that milk in your cereal, it's going to come out and look disgusting. It's going to look like sour cream, and it's going to look all clumpy. That's exactly what Triple G, and Canelo 3 look like. Curdled milk. It was sick. It was disgusting. You almost felt bad for Triple G because he looked like a shell of his former self. So Canelo tried to give you curdled milk in your cereal, and he wanted you to eat it. He poured you a bowl of Lucky Charms that weren't so lucky because it had curdled milk in it. You waited, dog. You waited too long. It went from Tony the Tiger, they're great. That stink. That you went from Tony the Tiger, they're great, to this stank. It stank. Nobody wants this cereal with curdled milk, this spoiled milk that you're trying to put in there. You went from Snap, Crackle, Pop cereal, Rice Krispies to Crack Rock. And then Canelo tried to sell it. That's why. Where are the numbers at? I'm still waiting. Where them Canelo number? They said Canelo. Oh my gosh. I'm about to body y'all, bro. All these fans showed up for the Canelo public weigh-in on the Las Vegas Strip, and the Canelo Chupapi Muñeños, they was like, oh, I thought there was no buzz for this fight. Canelo, look at this crowd. Okay, where was that crowd during the undercard? Because it looked dry. Where was that crowd when it came time to spend money? See, y'all are pathetic. The people who oppress me, you are pathetic because you want to be right so bad instead of just admitting I'm the king of boxing talk, right? So listen, all them people at a free weigh-in, that's not going to save you because how can you generate all this interest in a free weigh-in, but when it comes time to actually pay, where are those same people? And if those same people ordered the fight, then where are the numbers? Huh? Where are them numbers at? All them people that came to a free public weigh-in on the Las Vegas Strip and y'all thought Canelo was doing something. Did they buy the fight? Where the receipts at? Where the numbers at? Show me something. Y'all don't want to show me nothing. Bro, where are the people that bought the fight? Y'all, I told you, you a lot of y'all are poo-butt rookies. You dealing with the Dawn. You guys getting hyped off of Canelo's weigh-in appearance. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Where are his numbers? Because DAZN is a private company, so they have the bulk of the numbers immediately. Because they have their own pay-per-view system where you have to order their app and then get the pay-per-view through them. So they don't have to wait for PS5 to report numbers or Nielsen Media or Xbox or DirectTV to get the bulk of their numbers. Where are the numbers? They said Canelo's the face of boxing. Where are his effing numbers? I'm about to destroy you and everything you love. And it feels so good. And these young boys can't beat me. You cannot look in boxing in 2022, as of me recording this video, see all of the talent and point your finger and say, Canelo, that's the most skilled guy in all of boxing. You can't do it. If you pretend to do that, then you might be like mildly retarded. There's something wrong with you, bro. If you think you can look through boxing, right, and look at all of the top-notch people and then tell me that Canelo is the most skilled guy that you've ever seen or that you currently see in modern boxing, you out your scalp. I said you out your scalp because you know that's not the truth. Not in a world with Usyks and Terrence Crawfords and Errol Spences and Devin Haney's and Shakur Stevenson and anybody else that looks nice. You can't look at Canelo and tell me that, oh man, I'm just blown away by Chupapi Muñeño Canelo. He just fought a 40-year-old that looked like an extra from the Golden Girls and didn't even do him greasy for real. Let Kamal cook because I'm about to body y'all some more. It's magic, y'all. Kamal Oz with the $5. Let's get it. In a very short time, Canelo's mandatories could be Demetrius Andrade with the WBO, David Morrell Jr. with the WBA, another Cuban fighter with the IBF, and Benavidez with the WBC. What will he do? He gonna hide out. Yeah, like Estrada said, he gonna fight in John Ryder. I won't deny it. I'm fighting Ryder. You don't want to fight with me. And his dumb fans are going to accept it because it's the Canelo show. So Canelo can fight Pinocchio, and then y'all would say that's a good pick. You just go with anything. So I'm not even talking to y'all because some of y'all are brain dead. I'm not talking to the ridiculous, who just accept anything Canelo does. Bro, he finna fight John Ryder, or Makabuk Air, some random African, just like Ryan Garcia. He gonna pick the African from a tribe, Zamunda. No, I know what it is I like. What do you like? Whatever food you like. What type of music do you like? Whatever music you like. He finna fight someone from Zamunda. She's your queen to be. Bark like a dog. He finna fight Prince Hakeem or something stupid that nobody's asking for, and the Chupapi Munye is gonna be like, "Oh, Canelo, you doing it? You face some boxing. He's the best." Whatever. Y'all know she's your queen to be. Bro, he finna fight the guy that sang Queen to Be from Zamunda. Where's Hakeem? He finna fight James Earl Jones, cuz. Where's Hakeem? Meet us at the Waldorf Hotel. Bro, he finna fight Mufasa. James Earl in the flesh. And then the Chupapi Munye is gonna rub their nipples like, oh, Canelo. He finna fight James. Simba, you mustn't go into the Pride Land. Everything the light touches is our kingdom. He finna fight James Earl Jones. Get the out of here. Just like Canelo say, hey,
get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Payday. You want payday? I know that.
Bro, he not even gonna fight Scar. He finna fight Mufasa. The one that died. The lion that died. Simba, you mustn't go into the pride. Everything the light touches is our kingdom. Where's Hakeem? And the Canelo fans are going, oh yeah. You're doing it. Remember on Hook when they were eating the fake food? That's Canelo. Who remembers the Peter Pan movie with Robin Williams? Rest in peace to my dog, Robin Williams. The Robin Williams Hook movie where they had the bowls with no food in it and they was eating it, acting like the food was scrumptious. And they're like, Peter Pan's like, there's no food. And they're like, we don't have real food. We just pretend. And then Peter Pan was like, and he wasn't eating nothing, but he was acting like the food was good. And he was like, oh, this is good. And they're like, yeah, you're doing it, Peter. You're doing it. Bro, you're not eating. You're faking it. That's the Canelo fans, bro. They got an empty bowl and a Canelo headband, and they act like the food is delicious. And the fight sucks. You're doing it, Peter. Hooray. Rufio. Bro, they eating fake food. Canelo is serving them fake food, and they're like, oh, this is the king of boxing, King Godnello. Bro, he ain't my God. I'm atheist, bro. If he the God, then I'm atheist. Because he ain't the God. y'all out your mind, bro. They call him Godnello. What he did to be Godnello, bro. And then, the performance sucked. It sucked. It sucked because who win and then got to make a million excuses when they won? Like Errol Spence beat Ugas, no questions asked. Errol Spence didn't have to make it, oh man, my hand hurt and all. He don't have to say nothing because he just beat Ugas's face in. So there's nothing, his work speak, you know what I'm saying? Like, his work speaks for itself. Like, when Canelo beat Billy Joe Saunders, notice he ain't had no hand injuries or couldn't do this in camp and no excuses. He just beat Billy Joe Saunders' eye into submission. But you fight Golovkin, the fight looks subpar and lackluster, and then he's like, oh, my hand, I needed surgery. Oh, it's an emergency. Bro, now it's an emergency surgery. Oh my gosh, bro. You won the fight and it was no controversy. But now you got to make an excuse because the performance was not great given the Golovkin that showed up. Bro, Golovkin, he looked 107. He looked like he was 107. Bro, I bet the ring smell like Bengay. And topical creams. The topical cream of your choice and a bunch of Bengay. That's what the ring smell like. Mineral ice. Golovkin look old as shit. And I'm the only one in boxing that has a platform this size that's willing to say this stuff. Triple G look old. He looked like a rusty nail in there. He looked like them old pirate ships. Arr. Yep, bro, you know when they find the pirate wreckage like now, and it's like an old pirate ship, so it's like deteriorated. That's how he looked, like an old pirate ship. And you just going through the wreckage trying to find some treasure, and there was no treasure there. It was just wreckage. Arr, you best start believing in ghosts. Triple G needs to walk the plank. Bro, Triple G should walk the plank. That was horrible. Horrible performance, horrible fight, horrible end to a trilogy. He looked like a damn pirate with a peg leg. And then y'all want me to praise fake Canelo or whatever y'all talking about. He getting blazed. I don't even smoke, but I'm smoking that Zaza for Canelo. I'm smoking that Canelo and Golovkin pack. And I don't even smoke, but I'm gonna make an exception. I'm gonna smoke that old ass Triple G pack because he look old as hell, bro. He moving like slow as hell, like he the crypt keeper. Bro, tell me he wasn't throwing. He was throwing as slow as the mud, like he in the Matrix, bullet time or something. He was throwing, man, come on, bro. He was looking like the crypt keeper. Hey, listen, that tells for the crypt beat slap. Somebody need to rap like, bro, they need to get 400 Breezy or somebody, Lil Baby or Dirk or somebody got to rap on it. That beat is too. That's a beat, bro. And remember he pop out the coffin like Tyson Fury in round 12 with Wild. Tales from the crypt. Bro, Golovkin looked like the crypt keeper. His hair was falling out all tight. He went like this. The hair fell to the ground. Like, bro, he got alopecia. Man, come on, bro. I'm the best. Man, listen, I'm the nicest out, bro. Bro, Golovkin don't even have the same hair, let alone anything. Bro, I seen him win like that. The hair fell to the ground. Like, what's wrong with him? Like, he guys, his hair just fell to the canvas. Bro, I promise. Like, listen, like he need hymns. What's that called? Hymns? Bro, he needs some hymns. Bro, his hair before the first two fights, he had hair like Carl Thomas. The third fight, his hair looked like Karl Malone, wig all the way. Man, come on, bro. Y'all better stop playing with the real one. Y'all better, bro, he went from Carl Thomas, my summer rain. It went from Carl Thomas to Karl Malone real quick. That's all I'm saying. That Rogaine, bro. Y'all tripping. Then Triple G, he wasn't even, like, this how you know he was kind of old with it. He didn't even look like he cared that he lost. The first fight, when they said it was a draw, he looked pissed. I was there. The second fight, when they said he lost, he looked pissed. This fight, he looked like he didn't even care. He got on the phone. I told you on the phone, Bank of America. He was on the phone with BA. Hey, no, BA, guys, 20 mil in the bank. Yeah. Move my money to checking savings. Bro, he was on the phone trying to wire the money. He buying new stuff for the crib, like, and then 80-inch TV with the money from the bank. Bro, he didn't even care. I seen him on the phone with the bank smiling. He about to get a new Tesla or something. He wasn't even tripping off the loss. Hey, no, guys, new Tesla. I'm riding spinners. Yeah, guys, I'm riding spinners, 20-inch rims, guys. Like, bro, what? Like, you don't even care. The competition is just out of you, bro. Like, you don't have the competitive spirit. He was laughing. I watched it. He was on the phone laughing. Hey, guys, just robbed these niggas. Robbed these niggas for 20 mil. got the 20 mil in the bank. Bro, you robbed DAZN. That was a sparring session and you was laughing. Remember that 50 Cent? I'm laughing straight to the bank with ha, 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 ha. That's Triple G, bro. He knew he didn't get knocked out. His face wasn't banged up. He know Canelo looked horrible. And he got 20 mil for a sparring session. He said, I'm laughing straight to the bank with this. Ha, 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 ha. Shout out to Kamal Oz. Canelo will fight Ahmad Rashad of NBA Inside Stuff. And I don't doubt you. It's going to be stupid. Canelo versus Dave Chappelle. I was incensed. Bro, ain't nobody trying to see. Everybody's trying to see Canelo versus Chappelle show. Bro, Canelo I'll show you Canelo. This is who he finna fight. He finna fight White Sammy. He finna fight White Sammy Sosa. Bro, how did he do this to himself? Bro, this is next Canelo Fair. This is Battle of the Fairskins, bro. He finna fight the White Sammy Sosa. Lighten up like Sammy Sosa. Women call me the Super Soaker, and I'ma soak your bed to death. Asthma attack. Waking up wondering what happened. Making me high like Tony Braxton. Bro, he finna fight. I'm gonna make you at the I'm gonna make you at the. He finna fight the white Sammy. Not even the dark skinned Sammy. Not even Sammy the singer. Not even Sammy the bull. He said he drank bleach. Sir, you know you wrong for that. Bro, the Canelo era is over. Shout out to Billy. We got a $5 Cash App. You dig?
The money goes into my piggy.
Billy says, Ego, the life coach, lessons on lessons. I don't even know what I said, but I appreciate you. Canelo finna fight Ray J. As a matter of fact, I was the one who said I loved you first. It was about 8 years ago. Don't act like you don't know. Sitting at home in your mama limit. Bro, he finna fight Ray J. I gave you my heart. I gave you my soul. I gave you. As a matter of fact, I was the one who... He finna fight Ray J from the Versus battle. As a matter of fact, I was the one who said I loved you first. It was about 8 years ago. Kamal Oz. Canelo finna fight at the Buckingham Palace Guard. Oh, wow. Bro, and the thing that makes Canelo probably look the worst in this whole situation, shout out to Kamal Oz for the two, is you handpicked this man and you thought you had all the advantages and you still didn't look amazing versus him. Is that not the truth? Can y'all get the likes up? I know they want to hate, but I need y'all to get the likes up. Listen, get my likes up. I know these Buster babies want to hate. They can't stop this. Bro, how do you not look good at someone you dictated everything? You dictated every term. You fought at your preferred weight. You are the guy almost 10 years younger. You are his junior. He is your senior. He's the guy with less fights in the amount of time that y'all wasted in the last 4 years or whatever. Canelo fought like almost 3-4 times in 1 year. Golovkin fought like 3 times in the last 4 years. So Eddie Hearn, the judges, everything was in your corner to look sensational, and you don't look sensational. Bro, I don't want to hear from any Canelo man fan ever again. Because here's what they do. When it's a black fighter, like here, just let me give you some perspective. I told you I got you. I want you to, this is all facts. You know, if you don't believe me, you can look it up. Canelo is the same age as Errol Spence Jr. That is a fact. Right? Canelo is 32 years old. Errol Spence is 32 years old. Terrence Crawford is 2 years older than Canelo Alvarez. He is 34 34 years old. You can look it up. I already did the research. Listen, I'm so great at what I do. I did the research so you don't have to. So it all checks out. So once again, Canelo's 32 years of age. Errol Spence is 32 years of age. And Terrence Crawford is 2 years older than both at age 34 as of me recording this video. Errol Spence, if he fights Terrence Crawford, that is a banger. That is, outside of Pacquiao and Mayweather, that is the greatest welterweight fight in the modern last 10 years at the welterweight division. By far. Two undefeated badass fighters that will whoop your ass and could arguably only lose at welterweight to each other. You know what I'm saying? There's no way you can compare. Canelo handpicked Golovkin at age 40 and fought a 40-year-old Golovkin. How can Canelo be number one pound for pound with that? You defended all your titles undisputed. Listen to me. You defended undisputed titles at 168 against a guy in a month that never fought at 168. Versus you got Crawford and Errol Spence, all belts, that's undisputed. That's an undisputed fight against people with several fights at welterweight. Crawford knocked out every welterweight he's faced. Errol Spence hasn't necessarily, he has a better resume, hasn't necessarily knocked out everyone, but he's certainly looked impressive. And he's beating, and he has 3 belts. So how can we say Canelo is number one when they're doing totally different things? If Errol beats Bud, that means you have a 32-year-old undisputed Errol Spence who had to fight a fire fight, most likely with Bud, to get the victory. If a 34-year-old Bud beats Errol, then that means the same thing. You have a 34-year-old who is clearly that dude, and then he will have been undisputed in 2 back-to-back weight classes. There's no room for Canelo in this conversation, because if you have a 32-year-old fighting the best 34-year-old, and that 34-year-old doesn't look like a 40-year-old Golovkin because he's knocked out everybody at welterweight, how can you deny that that's a better outing? And the cold part about it is I truly believe Crawford, Errol Spence will have a decided winner, and I think the person will ultimately look good, whoever wins the fight. Unlike Canelo, who handpicked everything and cherry-picked a 40-year-old Golovkin and didn't even look good in doing it, especially in the back half. A-Pain, the super chat isn't working for me, giving me error message. Sometimes you have to leave the app, come back. YouTube be hating. They try to stop the progress. They try to stop the dough. You know, that's why I have Zelles and Cash Apps and PayPal, other ways, because if one don't work, there's the other ones. If not, thanks for trying. Shout out to Kamal Oz. He said Eddie Hearns announces Canelo versus the cast of the Goonies. Yeah, Kamal, his is working, no problem. But anyway, bro, there's no way, bro. There's no way Canelo could be number one when you're not doing things to withstand or sustain that spot. Errol Spence and Crawford, is that not a better fight than a 4-year past his prime Canelo Triple G? And then Triple G looks horrible. Like, who believes that Errol Spence or Terrence Crawford is going to look as bad as Triple G looked? Just let's do a quick vote. Yes or no? Does anyone expect the loser of Spence Crawford to look as horrible as Triple G looked? Just imagine if Crawford fought Errol and he looked slow as Triple G. Because Triple G looked very slow. He looked incredibly slow. Like, he didn't even look 40. He looked like older than 40, bro. Like, the way he was fighting. And the crazy thing about it is, why Canelo's fights always end up like this? Like, you fought Kovalev and Triple G, 2 guys who are known for merciless power. Kovalev actually killed a person. I'm not saying it to brag. That's a fact. He literally killed. Someone died from injuries sustained after fighting Kovalev, right? So you're fighting these merciless punchers, and then when they fight you, and you're definitely not the biggest person at 68 or 75, they fight you and it look like they're not even trying. They look like they are not confident in their power at all. They look like they believe, they have the belief system of like Paulie Malignaggi power. Like it's really weird to me, bro. Like guys with power know they have power because they hurt people. And it's something you can fit. It's not like, that's like a dude, not like pause, but if a guy is well endowed or a guy's hung, you know, he's going to know that. He's going to know that. Women will tell you, you know what I'm saying? Like he knows that. You're not there. Who has power and then acts shy like they don't have power when you know you have power? I'm just saying, bro, Canelo fights look weird, bro. They look FAF. How come Maidana fighting Floyd, the greatest fighter of my generation, and he fighting like he know he has power? He fighting Broner like he trying to take Broner head off. And he hurt Broner several times, right? He knocked Floyd's tooth out or whatever they said. So Maidana, throughout his whole career, when he fighting Khan, Broner, Floyd, you know, Amir Khan, I think I said that. He fighting Victor Ortiz, whether he fighting Jose Cito Lopez, Jesus Soto Caras, Maidana knows he has power in all them fights, and he's fighting like it. He's fighting like, hey, I'm always in the fight because I'm Maidana and I got cracks. But then guys get in the ring with Canelo and they look like they don't even know what a power punch is. Man, stop. Kamal says Lotta, Trout, Cotto, Floyd, Jacobs, Bevo, Triple G 1 and 2 are his toughest fights on paper. He either lost, it was razor close, or controversial, 0 separation. Bingo. And I've been saying that for years. Canelo, name a Canelo, a Gotti performance. Mayweather Gotti. Like any Canelo fight, bro. Name a fight where Canelo fought a top level person and he did what Mayweather did with Gotti. Somebody with heart and they looked like they were trying to win the fight, but they just were outskilled and outmatched in every department. There isn't any. Exactly. Yo, we got to get the likes up. Let's go. Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, what performance? What performance? Shout out to my man Ed Payne. He caught me in the Cash App. I guess the super chats weren't working. He sent $2 in the Cash App. Appreciate you, brother.
The money goes into my piggy.
Canelo fights starting to look like undercard fights. Word. Why? Best boxing channel, absolutely. Bro, Canelo's not against the best names, like me and Kamal have been telling you. There's really no true separation. Like, okay, look at Andre Ward versus Chad Dawson. Chad Dawson is a named person who is coming from light heavyweight. Andre Ward dogged him, bro. And that was impressive and surprising that, not that Dre won, because we know he's a great fighter, but how he broke him down and it looked like Chad Dawson had nothing for him. Name a Canelo fight like that where he fought a Chad Dawson, because this Chad Dawson losing the Ward was before he got smoked in one round or whatever by Adonis Stevenson. Ward decimated him in front of his Oakland crowd, Bay Area, and he just broke it. It was an awesome performance. Canelo, every time, if he fights somebody like his Dawson, then it looks like they've never fought all of a sudden. Like Caleb Smith, he's knocking Hassan Indam out and bloodying him up. He had this other dude doing the Tootsie Roll on the ground after the Canelo fight at 175. And then he's knocking out people. He just knocked someone else out. But then when he fight Canelo, he look like he don't have no power or nothing. Man, come on, bro. The jig is up. There's something like you tapping dudes, rehydrating dude. It's something, bro. Because how does Caleb Smith look like a different fighter when he's not fighting Canelo? And see, that's what I'm saying. Canelo is not the attraction that y'all are saying he is. Because let's say Gervonta Davis. Tank Davis is an amazing fighter, and he's a dangerous fighter. How come when Tank fights opponents, they look like they trying to off Tank? They trying to take everything he's worked for. When Rolly was in there, y'all be hating, but Rolly was out there in the fight with Tank until he wasn't in the fight with Tank. Rolly looked like he was trying to hurt the boy and try to time him, and people thought Rolly was going to come out all sloppy and wild, and he didn't. He made a mistake, got caught, true. But the first 5 rounds, Tank was having to, not bite off more than he can chew and pick his spots, and he did. But Rolly, for the sake of my argument, Rolly looked like he was trying to win, right? Eastside Pitbull Cruz, same thing. Pitbull Cruz, he looked like he was on Tank, like trying to get some stuff going. Mario Barrios, Leo Santa Cruz. Tank's no matter how good of a fighter Tank is, all these guys are showing up like they know they're fighting the superstar, and they're trying to give it their best effort. Like, you're not finna embarrass me, despite of the outcome, because Tank did embarrass some of those people and or knock them out. But the participation on their effort and on their part is not to be questioned. But guys get on in the ring with Canelo and they look like a deer in headlights, like they don't have power anymore. They don't know how to throw a power punch. They don't have any combinations. They don't have any ring IQ. They don't use their height. They don't use their long arm. You know what I'm saying? It just looked like crazy. And then the thing that makes it look worse is Canelo's purposefully staying away from every single name that I've really wanted to see him fight. Every single name, from Demetrius Andrade. I'm talking about the last several years. I said Canelo should fight Andrade, Demetrius Andrade, Jamal Charlo, David Benavidez, Zordo Ramirez. I did say Bivol at a point in time, but he finally fought Bivol and he lost to him, and then Artur Beterbiev. So what, bro? He's tiptoeing around competition. That is what's going on. He's tiptoeing around it. You're not even fighting the people I want to see you fight and not looking great in some of those outings. He wasn't bodying Caleb Plant. Kamal Oz says, $5, appreciate you.
The money goes into my baby.
Don't tell me Canelo is an exciting fighter either. Benavidez, Tank, Arrow, Beterbiev are true must-see TV. Guaranteed action throughout. Big facts. That's big facts. He jumped in the deep end of the pool with Bivol and drowned. That's why he purposefully did not go into an immediate rematch. Notice every other fighter went into their, after tough fights. Anthony Joshua, no matter what you feel about Joshua, when Ruiz beat him, he pressed for the rematch clause and the immediate rematch with Ruiz, and he beat Ruiz. When he lost to Usyk, he pressed for the immediate rematch with Usyk, and he lost twice to Usyk. Joshua, if he moved like Canelo, he could be in the same thing where he only had 2 losses, because Joshua would just have to drudge up a triple G. You know what I'm saying? If Joshua said, hey, I'm fighting Derek Chisora, I'm fighting Kubrat Pulev, I'm fighting David Price, then he would have 2 losses like Canelo too, because he would be the favorite to beat those guys. He can't beat Usyk and maybe other guys, but if he didn't rematch Usyk, he wouldn't have 2 back-to-back losses unless he fought like a Wilder or somebody else that's elite, like higher level. But if he did what Canelo did, fought a 40-year-old, then he would still probably only have 2 losses. You see what I'm saying? So we know what Canelo's doing. If you could have fought, like, look at how weak Canelo looks. Hey, bro. Hey, YouTube is hating. This is the second person complaining, saying that my super chat's not working. Ain't that something? My man Baju sent $5 in the Cash App. He said, Baju, ego super chat is tripping. No stopping though. Bro, what's up with the super chat? So now people can, bro, I told you YouTube be hating. I'm about to go crazy on YouTube, bro. You see, people be really trying to support the channel. How is it blocked that people can't donate? You have you offer a service that people can donate, and then you won't allow them to donate. That makes no sense. That's the second person, and I ain't even been on an hour. Oh, a little bit over an hour, technically. You can't talk about Canelo. Yeah, I'm definitely going to talk about Canelo. Canelo is basic as they come. Oh, Rudy, his work. Shout out to Rudy. I don't know. Listen, if you can't send a super chat, it might be something to do with your card information. Might need to be updated. Sometimes Rudy's work. Shout out to Rudy.
Drink a deep drink, the money goes into my piggy.
Sometimes Google is weird. Like if your credit card information is not updated or needs to be like the 3 digits on the back, you might have to update that. You know what I'm saying? Because I have seen that in the past. But anyway, let's get back. Let's keep it going. It's working for some people. It's not working for others. Amazing. Inconsistency at its finest. Just like Canelo's stamina. Inconsistent. The other thing is Canelo's, bro, what's up with his cardio? Honestly, what is up with Canelo's cardio? How is his cardio the most inconsistent out of any elite fighter? Let's open the floodgates. How is Canelo's his cardio is so inconsistent? Like when he fought Caleb Smith, right? He looked like he had unlimited energy. But then he fight better names, like the bigger names, like Jacobs, like Triple G, and his stamina looked crazy. Somebody said the results of juicing. Nah, something's up with that, bro. Your stamina don't bounce around from fight to fight so much. Do you think it has to do with him moving up and down? I don't know what it is. I'm not Canelo. I don't know what his issue is. But even if it has something to do with him moving around, that's his fault. He the one, nobody told. We wanted to see Canelo fight black fighters, Demetrius Andrade and Jamal Charlo at 160. And he said, nah, I'm moving to 175. So that's his fault. I didn't want him to fight Kovalev. I wasn't even thinking about Canelo fighting Kovalev. So I'm not going to, listen. If you want sympathy, you're going to have to find that in the dictionary because you're not going to get it from me. Nobody even told him to keep playing around with his weight. He could have fought Benavidez instead of fighting Bivol. PBC offered him a choice of 3 pick of the litter. Errol at a catchweight, Errol Spence, Jamal Charlo, or David Benavidez. I'm not giving him that. You chose to fight Bivol. PBC offer would have been bigger fights, bigger branded fights, and you would have made more money for sure. And you said, nah, I'm going to DAZN to fight Bivol and get my butt whooped by some Russian dude with no profile in America. That's your fault. People want to see you fight 2 black fighters from America, which also would have been bigger fights than Kovalev at that space of time, you know, after Ward had already crushed him twice and Eliter Alvarez. And he said, no, I want to be a multiple division champion. And then now you fight somebody good who's fresher and wasn't worn out like Kovalev and Triple G, and you can't beat him, and that's Bivol. So you fight an actual light heavyweight that's good and more in prime, you can't beat that person. But you can get a belt off of Kovalev, and he said the fight was capped. Man, it's looking bad for Canelo, bro. Plant outboxed him till the Bane juice kicked. He said Bane juice. I'm done, bro. What? Bane juice? Bro, the Canelo era is over. The only way to resurrect it is if he do exactly what I say and follow my steps. And I know he won't, so it's over. He's not going to fight Benavidez and Morrell and the things that would bring him back to life. So it's over. You can't resuscitate. Canelo played the game. He did what he did. The era is over, bro. Because in a world where there's times where fighters are calling out people and people are like, you haven't earned it, right? For real. Like that person might not have earned it. Canelo is just excluding people that fans want to see you fight, and he's excluding damn near everybody. Is that cap or fact? Canelo is ruling out too many quality fights that fans would want to see. Is that cap or is that fact? Let's start there. Once again, Canelo Alvarez is ruling out fighting and or not fighting too many relevant, good fights that the fans want to see. I told you, I don't tell y'all no lies. Everybody's saying it's fact. Get the likes up. It is a fact. Bro, so he could say, oh, David Morrell, even though you're probably my mandatory, you only got 8 fights or whatever he got. So he'll probably say something like that. I'm not fighting David Morrell because what's he done? And he only got 5 to 8 fights or whatever. Then he says he's not fighting no Mexican fighters. So even if Zordo wins, he said he's not fighting him. David Benavidez, he's half Mexican, half Ecuadorian, so he kind of falls in that. Like, okay, so now do you not fight David Benavidez? Because even the half Ecuadorian, half Mexican, he said, why should I fight David Benavidez? He fought one champion. What's he done? He only fought Anthony Durrell. So it doesn't sound like he wants to fight him. So that's already 3 people that we know Canelo will rule out. Then he told Jamal Charlo to fight Benavidez, so he don't want to fight him. And if he wanted to fight him, he could have already fought him at 60 and he became franchise champion. So we're already up to 4 people, 4 different people that he's already ruling out for silly reasons. Demetrius Andre rushed him at the Bevo, or excuse me, at the Billy Joe Saunders post fight. He said, I'll never fight you. You're a horrible fighter. That's 5 people that you've just ruled out that fans would all love to see you fight. He lied and said that Better be if they sent an offer or something, which we know is cap. Because why wouldn't you keep sending Better be if an offer till he responds? So you don't want to fight him either. It's over, bro. I promise you. The Canelo wave is over. The era is over. It's dead. It's done. The only thing he can do is he'll probably, what I'm saying by done, he could probably milk some people for a little bit longer, but it's going to keep dwindling down. DAZN has completely flatlined his career. Eddie Hearn has completely flatlined his career. It's done. You know what I'm saying? So he could milk some people out, they'll go to a free weigh-in or stuff. But as far as you're not going to get them numbers like Cotto, fighting Cotto and Chavez doing $1 million, doing close to $1 million. You're not going to get them with John Ryder. I promise you. And then now Canelo's super scared because he's talking about he might not fight in May. You begged, you got your ass whooped by Floyd. And even though you lost, you begged for the Mexican dates. Now you don't want them anymore. He's given up more Mexican dates than any other fighter that had them. Because, so 1 year of the pandemic, that's not really his fault. He gave up May. He couldn't fight in May. Then he was supposed to fight Caleb Plant in September, but then he took too long with the negotiations, so he didn't fight in September. And then he ended up fighting Caleb Plant later and going back to the negotiation with PBC, and he fought him in November. Same thing with Kovalev. They had these long, laborious negotiations for a September Kovalev fight, and he took too long. Kovalev said, you know what, you take it too long. It's wasted too much time. I got to fight my mandatory Anthony Yard. So I'm not going to even keep going because it's too easy for me. You look it up. Canelo has given up several Mexican dates. So the Mexican fighter, Canelo Alvarez from Guadalajara, Mexico, has given up more Mexican dates that he begged for, even though he could have earned those dates based on beating Floyd. That's how you usually pass the torch. De La Hoya beat Julio Cesar Chavez, became the man, and took the dates. Floyd beat De La Hoya and took the dates. You begged for the Floyd fight and got your butt whooped and didn't win, so you didn't get the traditional passing of the torch that you could have got and earned the Mexican date. You got the Mexican dates because Floyd retired after he fought Berto for real. So the walls are closing in, bro. There's no one he can fight on DAZN without working with PBC or like a Better be of who's with Top Rank or something like that. That's going to generate the type of interest that really makes it feasible and sustainable for the purse he's getting. Like, bro, you just fought a guy. Let me ask this question. If you were DAZN and you just watched the Canelo versus Golovkin 3 event, the main event only cost a reported $65 million. My question to you is this. If you were DAZN and you had to manage a business, would you say that Canelo Golovkin 3 was worth paying $65 million? Y for yes, N for no. Let me know in the comment section. The question is very simple. If you were trying to keep your business afloat, after all things being said, after looking at it, would you say Canelo Golovkin 3 was worth paying the main event only $65 million? I can go up the street right now to Fairfield and give 2 crackheads a 3-piece and a biscuit with 1 drink, and they'll give me a better fight. And that's all I had to pay was whatever it costs at Popeyes for a 3-piece and a biscuit meal and a strawberry soda. And they will give me a better fight. So if you were willing to spend $65 million on that fight, then you are effing nuts. You are effing nuts when I just told you I can go to North Texas right now in Fairfield and pay 2 crackheads a 3-piece from Popeyes, maybe mashed potatoes or red beans or rice, whatever they want, and a biscuit with a strawberry soda, and they will give me a better fight and fight like their life depended on it. It wasn't a fight that's worth that type of money. It's not a fight that likely generated that type of money. And I know it didn't. I'm just being generous. So I said that to say this. You just fought the guy you have 2 fights with, which those fights made money, the first 2. And is the guy you had history with. He keeps saying that all these guys have not done enough to warrant a fight with him, which is BS. I'll get to that in a second. So the guy that you rolled the dice on Golovkin Canelo trilogy still being worth a damn, and you crapped out. Period. Because this is the guy, nobody's saying Triple G has not done enough, and he has belts at 160. No one's saying that he hasn't earned it like Canelo's saying with Benavidez. No one's saying, oh, Triple G, you haven't fought anybody. They had 2 previous fights, so they had history. So that was, if you had a chance to make money with Canelo on DAZN, with only DAZN fighters, that was the opportunity. And it looks like it flopped. So what can you do now? The only thing you could do now is pay Canelo a lot less and keep him on the network to the point where it makes sense. If DAZN continues to pay Canelo $40 million, there's no one on DAZN greater that can give you a return on the investment. Especially when you got the man Canelo ruling out a Zurdo Ramirez fight. Because maybe if Zurdo Ramirez beat Bivol, maybe you can make that into a big, like put that in Texas. You might be able to make some money with that. But guess what? Surprise, you can't, because Canelo said he wants Bivol to win, or he said he wants Zurdo to win, but he won't fight him if he wins. Because even the Bivol 2 is not going to, it doesn't have the dynamic to be a pay-per-view success. Even if Bivol beats Zurdo Ramirez, he's just not marketed like that. He's not popping like that. And he's like just kind of a good, quiet dude. He doesn't have the spark to get casuals and other people in. But if you had 2 Mexican stars and one of the Mexican stars is 6'2", coming off the best win of his career, if he's able to beat Bivol, then you might be able to do something and make some profit. But you can't make profit because Canelo's calling the shots, and he said he won't fight Zurdo. So DAZN, they got themselves into a raw deal with him. You got a spoiled guy who thinks he's omnipotent, and he thinks he's too good for certain matchups, and you have no one to match him with that really justifies paying $40 million. Nobody. How are you going to pay? Okay, if you pay Canelo $40 million to fight Triple G and it flopped, then what is $40 million in a fight with John Ryder? What is that going to do? That's like, you know, when they do the dream team, right? When they have the dream team, the East versus the West, right? If I'm playing ball and I got Steph Curry, LeBron James, and Kobe all on my team and we still lose, then you can't get Derek Fisher and then expect to win the game when you just lost with Steph Curry, Kobe, and LeBron. Does that make sense? I'm trying to give you guys some semblance of an analogy. Bro, if you're playing on a basketball team and this other team is so big and so great that you lose even though you have Steph Curry, LeBron, and Kobe, adding Derek Fisher is not going to really, that's not going to be enough to defeat that team because you already lost with 3 All-Stars. So that's the equivalent with John Ryder. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't expect to get, like, it could be a good player, just like a solid player, like JJ Redick. You know what I'm saying? You can't add JJ Redick if you're losing with LeBron, Kobe, and Steph Curry on the team. So if you're losing with a Triple G, which was, he gave you out of DAZN's pool, like pit to pull from, talent pool, Triple G gave you the best chance to win and try to make some ROI on the fight, and it flopped. So what is Canelo John Ryder going to do? Especially when John Ryder, for really real, he lost to Danny Jacobs and they robbed Danny Jacobs. What are you going to do? Canelo Caleb Smith too? And the Canelo Caleb Smith fight was horrible. The first fight. It was one-sided. Who wants to see it? And Caleb Smith's at 175 now. So if you don't fight Bevo at 175 to fight Caleb Smith at 175, that looks extremely bad. Because why would you be trying to fight a guy you already beat at 168 at 175 rather than fight the guy that beat you at 175, Dimitri Bivol? Listen, nobody in boxing can defeat me. Nobody can beat me. Write this down. Write this down. Nobody in boxing that can outthink me. Nobody. I don't care if it's a fighter, if it's a trainer. I do the work, I do the research, I forecast, and I foreshadow. So I'm already several steps ahead of everybody in boxing when it comes to these talking points. I've already thought it out. So there's nothing. First of all, fighters and branded fighters to the point of like pay-per-view stardom, that's a process. You don't just wake up and then everybody knows your name. You have to do something, like Andy Ruiz beating Joshua. So there's no one on DAZN that generates Canelo having $40-50 million paydays that can generate you money. There's no one. And the guy that gave you the best chance was Triple G, and that didn't look so good. People weren't talking about the fight. There was no buzz. The fight did not deliver. You know what I'm saying? So it's only going to grow worse from here. I don't see how y'all can't understand what I'm saying and bow down to the realest. Y'all got to get the likes up. And the funny thing is this, Canelo, he can play all these games and sound foolish, but here's the thing. There's a reason why when they talk to Canelo, they're asking him about David Benavidez. There's a reason why they're asking him about Charlo. So you can not listen to the media and the fans and the people who keep asking you about the people and say, hey, I'm Canelo Alvarez. These guys haven't earned me. I'll do whatever I want. Good luck. Because for you to do whatever you want, that's going to take someone to pull the purse strings and make that happen. So good luck, because as your star power continues to fade for not fighting the people that I'm telling you should fight and the fans are telling you should fight, then it's just going to become so broken to the point where you put someone out of business. So good luck with that. It's that simple, you know. But there, like I said, the biggest telltale sign is the fact that why are people asking Canelo about Benavidez? Just think about what I'm saying. Why are they asking you about Benavidez? If this wasn't a big fight, like let's say it was Canelo versus Rod Salka. If it was Canelo, no one's asked for Canelo Rod Salka because no one wants to see it. So the fighters can play dumb all they want, but when their name becomes synonymous with another fighter's name, it means people want to see the fight. There's no other answer for why your name keeps getting mentioned, why your events, you keep getting bombarded with the same questions, unless that's what's on people's mind. Again, I haven't heard anyone ask for Canelo versus Paul Spadafora, Canelo versus James Kirkland 2, Canelo versus Rod Salka, Canelo versus Omar Figueroa. No one's asking for fights like that because no one wants to see that. So when you have these recurring names, like, hey, are you going to fight Zurdo? Hey, are you going to fight Benavidez? Hey, what about Andrade and Charlo? That means something. So Canelo could keep playing dumb. DAZN can keep playing dumb. But good luck. That's how it works. There's no other reason. Hey, bro. Hey, hey, DAZN, man, you gotta do something, baby. Bro, I'm so done. Listen, this is hilarious. Bro, DAZN going out sad. Hold on. Bro. DAZN going out sad. They just I was just sent this. Bro. DAZN just put the whole entire Canelo Golovkin fight that was pay-per-view on YouTube. I'm done, bro. Bro, it's been 2 days since the pay-per-view. Bro, these people are morons. Listen, I ain't gonna beat around the bush. Whoever the leadership, y'all some morons, bro. You do not know what you're doing in this boxing game. Bro, you're a moron, bro. Bro, I'm not lying. Look, they got the whole, not like highlight. You know how, I'm not mad at the highlights when they do a little 10-minute. Bro, they have the clip is like 53 minutes and 31 seconds. They put the whole fight and then some, because the fight is 36 minutes. For 63,000 views. Hey, bro. So, looky here, man. Why would anyone buy any more Canelo fights on DAZN if you put it on YouTube 2 days after? Bro, he said they need the YouTube money. They try to be YouTubers like me. Listen, Kamal says, bye, pay-per-view. Listen to me. Oh, this is trash, bro. Now, I know them numbers. Listen, if you had to put the fight on YouTube, I know them numbers is trash. I know that for a fact. I know the numbers are trash. Bro, they just fought on Saturday. So 2-3 days later, you're putting the whole entire fight on that was pay-per-view on YouTube for free. That don't even make sense. So like Showtime, an actual legit entity when it comes to boxing, this is what they do. Showtime will put on the pay-per-view fight, like whatever, Gervonta or Canelo versus Caleb Plant, whatever. Then they wait a week, and then the following Saturday, they'll run the fight, and then it'll be Gervonta versus Rolly epilogue. So not only do you rewatch the fight if you want to, after that, they usually do the Showtime All Access epilogue, where you get to see the bonus footage of what happened. And, that's cool, because I remember when Tank fought Rolly on the epilogue, they showed Errol Spence and his reaction, and Ryan Garcia, who lost 20,000, they showed his reaction to it, and Danny Garcia was right there. So you get a lot of bonus, things that we couldn't have seen during the initial telecast. DAZN waited 2-3 days and put the whole fight on that was on pay-per-view on their regular YouTube. So why would someone get your app? Like, just honestly ask yourself that. Why would someone buy the app? Like, why would you buy the app, spend $85 for the pay-per-view, and then you're going to put the fight 2-3 days later on YouTube? So, like, let's say you had to fight for pay-per-view, and then you have it on DAZN as a replay. So if you're a DAZN subscriber, you can rewatch the fight. You're opening the floodgate so anybody who doesn't have DAZN can still watch the fight. So what is in it for the customers who are subscribers? That's my question to you. Kamal Oz says 0 business sense. Bro, they should have gave the money to me and Kamal. We definitely would have did more with it and improved boxing. They could have gave it to Ego's Army and we could have splurged and, did some stuff. Listen to me. My thing is this. What is the benefit of being a DAZN subscriber if all of your shoulder programming is available on YouTube? If the fight that just happened on pay-per-view 2-3 days ago is for free on YouTube. So here's an example, because I'm the king of analogies. I have like Amazon Prime. I get 1-day shipping, 2-day shipping, free shipping. If you can be a guest and check out and get all of those things ongoing, why do I need to buy Amazon Prime? What is the additional perks that I'm receiving if let's say Kamal doesn't have Amazon Prime and he could just go, doesn't have to be registered with them, and Kamal can get free shipping. He could get 1-day shipping no matter what time of the year it is. Then why am I paying for Amazon Prime and getting that? That's one of the perks that makes you pay, right? Or Amazon Prime. Here's another one. They also give you Amazon Video, Amazon Photo. If they give Kamal Oz, let's say he doesn't have Amazon Prime, but he has Amazon Video and he has access to the Amazon Prime Video catalog, then why would I pay for it? Doesn't make sense. Or Netflix. You know how they have Netflix shows? Like I was watching Ozark. If they're going to let non-Netflix subscribers watch Ozark season 1 through 8 on YouTube for free, then why should I pay for Netflix? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. If they have Breaking Bad and it's supposed to be a Netflix exclusive, or they have these movies that come out on Netflix like The Gray Man or Narco, the Narco show or whatever, and they just put it on their YouTube for free, then why would I pay for Netflix if I could just watch it on YouTube for free? It don't even make sense at this point. Them Canelo numbers must be trash. They trying to do whatever. Bro, it says full fight, Saul Canelo Alvarez versus Gennady Golovkin. Someone said in the comments, this is the fastest I've seen an official full fight pay-per-view fight uploaded for free. That don't make no sense to me, bro. Efren said that's how they're gonna raise the numbers. Bro, they're gonna include the YouTube numbers in Canelo's numbers. Like, oh, hey, Canelo did 2.5 million. Hey, Efren, you might be onto something. Hold on. Efren might be onto something. They might really try to do that. Like, if this YouTube upload generates 1.2 million, they're going to add that to the number. And they'll be like, oh, Canelo did 4 million. Hey, that's funny, but that might be true, bro. They really might say, like, try to add the YouTube numbers into the success rate. Hey, you might be onto something with that. Bro, the Canelo era is over. Callie rose him. He said DAZN need that YouTube check because the card flopped. You ain't never lied, bro. That's hilarious. bro, they think that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, look at it like this. Here's another thing. You just paid these guys $65 million. And then you put they fight for free on YouTube where nobody's paying anything to watch it. Like, come on. If you have any ounce of business sense and business acumen, then please explain that to me. Bro, how can you pay someone $65 million and then charge it as a premium, a pay-per-view, which you lied and said you weren't going to do pay-per-views, by the way. Then you renege on that and say, hey, surprise, we doing pay-per-views. And then 2 days later, you put it for free on YouTube. You doing that for AdSense? You trying to get some YouTube AdSense? You see what I'm saying? Like, bro, I don't know if y'all know how AdSense works, but you doing it for AdSense, bro? Damn, homie. In high school, you was the man, homie. You doing this for AdSense. That's sad. You paid these men $65 million to put on a bogus show, and then now you trying to recoup some money on the AdSense from YouTube. That can't be a good plan, bro. And see, here's the thing. When I do these videos, I produce everything. All I got to do is, I already bought the computer. That's already been paid off and paid for. I just had to pay my monthly Wi-Fi bill. Everything that I generate from this point on, you know what I'm saying? Because the content, I just have to do the content. You see what I'm saying? People donate too. Like, so you on a regular video like that, you're not going to get people donating and for the thing. So it is like, bro, that's not even making no sense to me. I don't know who's pulling the strings or making these decisions, but it's looking pretty bad. When is Lynn Blavnik going to put an end to this monstrosity? They are hemorrhaging money. They don't know what they're doing, bro. That much is true. Anyway, I'm out. I got some stuff to do, so I'm going to holler at y'all. Make sure y'all give one run through the likes. Hit the likes again. I'm out. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.